वेलकम टू सैसी सिम्फेरोपोल डायरीज़। अगर आप लोग मुझे नहीं जानते हो तो आई एम गार्गी, और अगर आप जानते हो तो हेलो, थैंक्स फॉर कमिंग बैक। सो मैंने एक छोटी सी लिस्ट बनाई है ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट आई वांट टू cater to in this first episode of Sassy Simferopol Diaries. So सबसे पहले, why Sassy Simferopol Diaries? As you might know or you might not know, this is my final year. So यही एक लास्ट ईयर है जो मैं सिम्फेरोपोल में हूँ, एंड जिस दिन से मैंने इधर कदम रखा है, like from the very first day, I always wanted to vlog and capture my life. But life happens. कभी आई एम टायर्ड, कभी आई एम लेजिंग आउट एंड दिस एंड दैट, एक्सक्यूजेस. सो मैं कभी कर नहीं पाई. नहीं, आई हैव एक्चुअली व्लॉग्ड आउट अ लॉट, लेकिन आई नेवर got the time to edit it. Actually, I did not make that much time to actually edit it and put it out there. But since this is the final year and इसके बाद शायद कभी चांस मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, आई एम नॉट श्योर. ऑल्दो आई प्लान टू कम बैक हेयर, इफ नॉट ऑफन, एटलीस्ट वंस और ट्वाइस आई डू प्लान टू कम बैक इन फ्यूचर घूमने के लिए. बट या अभी तो जब मैं रह रही हूँ, दिस इज़ गोना बी द लास्ट एंड फाइनल टाइम. सो आई रियली हैव टू पुट इट आउट देयर, और किसी के लिए नहीं, मे बी अपने लिए, सो दैट आगे 5, 10, 15 साल बाद आई कैन जस्ट लुक बैक एंड रिमेंबर कि हाँ, एक जगह थी सिम्फेरोपोल एंड द प्लेस which actually gave me a lot. It helped me become a more mature and independent person. बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला इस जगह. This place has really made me much more stronger than who I was. If I remember, first year के लिए जब मैं आ रही थी, I had a very weird encounter in my flight with a girl, and वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा ट्रॉमेटाइजिंग एक्सपीरियंस हो गया था, एंड it was difficult. So उस टाइम पे I could not handle myself, could not manage myself at all. I was so weak, I was so naive, so it was difficult. And अब जब मैं सोचती हूँ, like in my final year, I think अब अगर ऐसा कुछ होगा, I can handle myself so much better. I don't say that I have perfectly become the strongest version of myself and this and that. I still get scared, I still get nervous, I still face issues, but at the end of the day, I am stronger than who I was earlier, and I'm very happy about it, and I really owe it to this place. Every good and bad thing that happened to me here has made me who I am, and I'm really proud of the person I have become, and I really want to document as much as I can, without lazing out, because it is important for me. I want to look back in time and appreciate myself for everything I have done, and I also want to express my gratitude to my parents who have sent me here. It's very ironical, it's difficult, very difficult for me to get out of my house when I am in Delhi, and it is pretty simpler when I am here. I can just roam about here, I can go to places, and they are pretty chill about it. If not very chill, at least they permit me to. So yeah, I'm really grateful to my parents, and I am grateful to my brother. He really encouraged me. Like, I was a bit sad when I booked my tickets back to Simferopol this time. So I actually cried, and I told him that I will feel very bad and lonely, and I don't want to leave you all. And he just showed me the mirror. This is the last and final time I have got to explore this place, to visit as many places as possible to make as many memories as possible. And उसके बाद तो घर जाना ही है. And it's up to me if I want to make my life miserable thinking कि अरे यार मम्मी पापा नहीं है, भाई नहीं है, or I would just want to live how I want to live and enjoy my time here. So yeah, thank you honey. Okay, that was the first question. Why is Sassy Simferopol Diaries? And I really like the name. I was just thinking मुझे कुछ Simferopol से जाता हुआ. I wanted some adjective with S, and then sassy sassy word strike, and I was like, okay, the life's gonna be sassy, so it has to be very bold and sassy diaries. So that's why the name Sassy Simferopol Diaries. Next question. Oh, traveling to Simferopol. This is a very weird time, honestly. Traveling to Simferopol is quite tough because the domestic flights, like the domestic Simferopol airport, is not working, and I don't know when it's gonna work. So it was difficult. So I had to I had to take a flight from Delhi to Moscow, which I did not get the direct one, so I had to come via Bahrain. So it was Delhi to Bahrain and then layover of about 3 hours, and then from Bahrain to Moscow. So it's okay, it was pretty fine, not much of a problem. Like, it seemed like a breeze. And the actual struggle started after that. Then I had to go from the airport to the Vokzal, Kievskaya Vokzal, I think it's called, the Moscow railway station. That was also pretty fine. I took a taxi. I was along with my one of my friend. So we both took taxi and we just reached there in about like 1.5 hours or a little lesser than that. And post that, we had to wait for the train for like 6 hours. So that was also pretty much okay. And then I had to carry the luggage to my train, which was so difficult because I was carrying so much of luggage. It's always 2 trolley bags with 23 kg of stuff inside it, and plus 1 handbag of about 10 kgs, and then we had 1 bag of food if we want to have, and some things my mother had packed in for me. So that was really difficult. Like, it was okay for some time, but I was tired and then had to carry it for so long. Finally I had to take a porter. Like, I don't know how I somehow dropped the luggage till the platform where my train was standing, and after that I had no strength. And somehow at Delhi airport only I just got some weird pain in my clavicle right here, and at the airport itself I thought maybe I have like fractured hairline, fractured my clavicle, because it is the easiest bone to break, I guess. It's easy, it's pretty easy to fracture your clavicle. So I thought maybe I have done that, but then the pain subsided when I was in flight. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just my carry bag is too heavy for me. Yeah, so I had that pain, my arms were sore, it was pretty difficult. We took a porter and finally I got my seat, and it was an upper berth. Here we only have here the trains have only 2 berths, like lower berth and upper berth, which is equivalent to middle berth of India. And then the stuff was supposed, like the luggage was supposed to be kept like on the topmost floor, and I had no strength nor stamina, like whatever you tell, I had nothing in me that could put those bags on that topmost floor. So I waited for like everyone to just settle down, and I thought maybe I'll have someone in my compartment who will just pity my face and help me out. But like there wasn't any like male guy there. I had like 2 female companions in my compartment, and they also couldn't help me. So it was very difficult. I was like feeling so miserable. Plus, like I started getting anxiety. So whenever I get anxiety, I have problem in breathing. So I couldn't breathe. Like it wasn't that bad, but I started, feeling that uneasiness and unable to breathe, and I was starting to get very panicky. And then the person like who was in charge of the compartment, the one who collected checked the ticket and passport and everything, he put one of my bag and then I told him I have one more bag, and then he put another bag and he asked me where am I going and why I'm carrying so much of luggage. And he spoke a lot of things. I was really not in a position to even try to understand his Russian, although I'm not very good at understanding Russian, but still I didn't even try. I was like, okay, whatever you want to say, just say. Please keep my bag. Please. I don't have any strength. So I just did it, and then somehow the luggage thing was sorted. After that, my seat, which was up, like on the upper berths, and it was at night, so the ladies even didn't allow me to sit on their lower berths. I just sat there for 10 minutes just to remove my shoes and stuff and settle my handbag and everything. And then I had to go to the upper berth, and the sitting space was so less. Like I couldn't sit erect like this. Like I had to bend down, and it was also tough. But it was night, and I was really tired, so I just slept somehow. And the train was a 50-hour journey, and that was the worst mistake I have done. Like selecting a train which was this long. Like last time when I went back from Simferopol to Moscow, we took a train. First of all, it was a first class train, so there was more sitting space, and secondly, I think it was slightly over 24 hours. I'm not exactly sure, but it was I think 26 or 28 hours journey, and it really felt like a breeze, didn't feel a thing. And this time the same route was gonna take 50 hours, and it was really difficult, especially when my berth was like upper and I could not sit properly. So like the next day I had to take the like full day. I had to sit somewhere else, and it was pretty congested, didn't feel like eating or anything. The train was not first class, so I also regret that decision of not choosing a train that was first class. Moreover, I think trains weren't available. It wasn't really a choice. I had to take the seat which was available. Since airports are not working, there are no flights, so trains are like jam packed. I really had no choice. Somehow managed the another day, and the final day it was the worst. Most of the time I had to stay on my upper berth, and my back really started to hurt. I somehow managed and tried to have a conversation with the in charge of the coach, and I asked him if he could allow me to sit on his seat. So his seat was like in front of mine, and it was a lower berth, and there were a lot of stuff kept there. So he agreed, and he just moved his luggage to half of the berth, and he gave me half of the berth to sit, and that was such a relief. But still it was tough because it had been like more than 24 hours, and somehow we reached Simferopol, and I thought maybe I have rested and I'll be able to carry my luggage, but I couldn't even move that bag. I was that sore. My arms were really sore, and again at the railway station I started panicking. Like did not panic actually, but I had difficulty in breathing. Moreover, my water had finished, so I thought I'll buy a bottle at the station, but we reached at 11 at night and couldn't even find water. My like पूरा गला सूख रहा था and I could like feel a lump here. It was painful and I had difficulty breathing, but I got help. For my luggage I didn't have to carry it. I just had to carry my backpack. Even that was difficult because, as I told, I started getting this pain in my clavicle. So it was difficult. I somehow reached my room and that was such a relief. And then I had this backache for next 4 or 5 days. Every time I used to bend, do jhadu or pocha or just pick up anything, it used to pain so badly. I tried putting ointment, I tried putting oil, but nothing really worked. And finally I started with my yoga and that really helped. So like I'm so grateful to yoga and my yoga instructors. So that was my journey. So if you are planning to come to Simferopol, try to book a train which is like of shorter duration, because you can reach from Moscow to Simferopol in like under 30 hours. Then why waste another 20 hours sitting there on like in the train, and when it's not comfortable. Plus double check your berth, like if it is possible to get a lower berth, get a lower berth. Don't opt for an upper berth because the sitting space is really not there. And somehow I like felt this, that they were not allowing us to sit on the lower berth because we were Indians. Like there were other Indian students in the train, and even they were talking on phone and telling like their parents or whoever that they are not being allowed to sit on the lower berth, like even during the day. And as far as I know, it is like if I have got an upper berth, I have to sleep there and I can just sit down on the lower berth. But that didn't really happen for us. So yeah, just check it, especially if you are not a Russian and an Indian. Just try to get a lower berth because you will allow them to sit and they might or might not allow you to sit on the lower berth. I told about the duration. Just check for the duration, check for the berth. And flight, I think flight, even if you don't get a direct flight to Moscow, still connecting flight is okay. Like as compared to the train journey, flight journey is so damn easy. Now I'm thinking when airports were working and we were like we used to come in flights from Moscow to Simferopol as well, why did I feel so tired? Like really, why? I mean, that could have been so much easier if I had got the opportunity to travel again by flight. But that's okay. It is also an experience. I did face difficulty during like my journey to reach back to Simferopol, but every time I just had this thought in mind. One, this is the last time. Second, just live in the moment, right? It can't be that bad. So on and all, I wouldn't say I enjoyed the journey, but I'm okay with the journey. I'm not very like sad about it or anything, and I don't want to like lament, oh I had pain and this and that. I just wanted to put out my experience as it is, what all happened, because yeah, I need to remember this as well. Like I did struggle a bit, but I reached here. So yeah, that was a long journey intro. Yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything, and I especially have mentioned this point that always carry your water bottle with you. Like if you feel that okay, you're gonna reach, that's what happened to me, I'm gonna reach and I'll just buy a bottle at the station. Don't ever do that, because when I reached, I was like slightly in a miserable state. I had really I felt a lump here, and I had this panic and anxiety at that moment a little bit. I won't say that it was some attack kind of thing, but yeah, my heart rate was racing and I desperately needed water, which I got finally. But always remember to carry a water bottle with you no matter what, because you never know what, like at what time, what emergency is gonna come. You really don't know. So just please carry a water bottle. Just take this from my experience, and I am also gonna carry a water bottle with me. I have made a promise to myself that whatever it takes, however heavy the water bottle feels, I am gonna carry a water bottle with me. And this is always, my parents always told me to carry a water bottle, but I hadn't faced this kind of a situation, so I used to be like, okay, like I'll just go and I'll get. But sometimes you don't get very basic things. Like I didn't get a water bottle at 11 o'clock because I couldn't find any shop which was open, and then I had to borrow water. So just stay out of these kind of situations and stay happy, stay safe. And this is how I reached Simferopol and my experience. And that's all for the first episode. I'm sure I'm gonna document more and more episodes and try and make them as interesting as possible for me and for you. If you have any suggestions, please write them down in the comment section below. I'll take them into account. And I don't know what do I say next. Keep watching my episodes. They'll be coming like on a frequent basis. And take care. Bye bye.